Imam Rasheeds. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Dear beloved believers, brothers and sisters, with Allah's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer, all praise be to Allah, our God and Revolver, the cherished and sustainer, the Lord of all worlds. I bear witness we worship only God, Allah alone, and we only seek help from Allah. He alone do we worship, He alone do we seek aid, seek help. I testify openly that there is no God except for Allah, the one God alone. He has no partners in His rule. He rules the entire creation without any help, without needing any help. You don't need any help. You know the angels are there, heaven. Allah don't need no help for anything. We bear witness that Allah is one. And we testify openly that Muhammad, he is Allah's slave servant, and he is Allah's messenger. And we thank Allah much for blessing us, the Muslims. Number one, the word of Allah, all the scriptures, all of God's scriptures, pure guidance. Allah tells us in Quran that He will protect the Quran from corruption. So we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for blessing us with His guidance, pure guidance, protected from corruption. And we thank Him for Muhammad the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the prayers and peace of Allah will be upon him, for being that example, that model, that example, that perfect picture of a human being, pattern. You know, if you was a seamstress and you wanted to make a suit, you go out and get you a pattern. And you have the black material, white material, red material, brown material. All these different materials, you put them on that pattern, and you get the same suit. So, regardless to the color, the suit will follow the pattern. And Muhammad is that pattern, the human pattern. And if all of us just try to cut our life or carve our life or become like Muhammad, then we will be in the mold or in the image that God wants for us. We will be successful. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So we praise Allah much, and we thank Him much for blessing us, the Muslims, with the Holy Quran, and blessing us with Muhammad the Prophet, the life, and that is how to live the Quran, how to implement the Quran. Praise be to Allah. You know, it brings to mind, it's part of the subject, but I just want to mention this, and this was part. This was to be in the middle of my talk. You know, in the Bible, needy, the poor man, down in the mud. It looked like it appeared that he didn't have the strength to stand up on his own. Just laying there, struggling to get up, but couldn't get up. You know. And the people of the town, the city, they were passing by, stepping over, even though he wasn't there. But the people who had conscience, people who was conscious, they went on the other side of the road. You know, they wouldn't just walk by the poor man. They were going on the other side because they couldn't stand to see it. But even though they wouldn't help him, but they didn't even want to see it. So they go on the other side of the road. You know. And that's how low the human being can drop. We can lose our sensitivity towards the needy, human suffering. That brings us to our subject. You know, we've been talking quite a bit about the ego, the direction of Sept, the smile. Let us read here in Quran. قل صدق الله فتوبه بالذات إبراهيم حنيفا وما كان من المسرفين. Say, it's a commandment from Allah. Allah speaks truth. Follow the way of Abraham. I like the way this translator put it. The same in faith. It's talking about Abraham. It says, follow the midland. Follow the way, and some translations say, follow the religion. But follow the midland of Ibrahim. It says, the same in faith. He was not of the Muslims. He was not a pagan. He was not one who looked at many gods as being God. He was not an idol worshiper. Even though he was born, raised up in the environment of idol worshippers, he was not an idol worshiper. So Allah is telling us here, I said, follow the way of Abraham, the Hanif, the upright way, the same way. So if we're not following the way of Abraham, that means that the way that is the insane way. The insane way, we want to be sane in our way. We want to be sane in our thinking. We don't want to be insane. So any way other than the way of Abraham must be insane. Because Allah said the way of Abraham, the insane way. You know. And it goes on to read, Inna awwala batati mu'zi'a lin-nasi lalladhi yalbaka mubaraku. وَهُدًى لِلْعَالَمِينَ. The first house of worship appointed for men. They didn't say the first house of worship appointed for Muslims. Appointed for humanity. The nas. It was the first house appointed for men was that of Bethel. At that time it was called Bethel. We talk about Mecca. Full of blessings and guidance for all the world. The first house full of blessings and guidance for all people. Not blessings and guidance only for Muslims, but for all people, for all the world. Muslims let me see that I bring up. Bear with me, because time is riding. I got a long ways to go, and I don't have much time to get there. So we're going to take the shortcut. I'm going to move along, but we're going to take the shortcut. Just the English. In it are signs manifest. For example, the station of Ibrahim. Whoever enters it attains security, Hajj, pilgrimage. Thereunto is a duty to men, a duty that men owe to Allah, those who can afford the journey. But if any deny faith, God stands not in need of any of his creations, of any of his creatures. Allah speaks the truth. Follow the way of our father Abraham. He was sane, upright. He is the one that built the first house, the Kaaba, in Mecca. And Allah tells us that the Kaaba that Abraham built is full with blessings and guidance. So when Allah tells us to turn in the direction of the house, I should be able to read. Reading should come from the Kaaba. Reading should come from that whole precinct. Direct blessings. I should be able, not just, I have to receive the benefits, the blessings. And not only blessings, but who's that? Guidance. In the house. How many Muslims turn toward the east, the northeast, or the southeast 5 times a day in search of the proper directions? And we don't see the blessings, we don't receive the blessings, and we don't receive the guidance. We're just looking at a house, or we're just turning in the direction of the house. Now, where is the blessing and where is the guidance? Praise be to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. We look at the picture. The first picture we see is our father Abraham, alayhi salam. May Allah be pleased with him. That's the first picture we see. And when we look at that picture, we see a rational human being. A human being with his rational mind searching for a logical conclusion. In search of God. His whole environment was an environment of idol worshipers. And his human nature rejected idol worship. He couldn't accept that. His human nature could not accept man making something with his own hand, a man looking at a river because he depended on that river, or he depended on a certain mountain or a certain kind of food, and looking at these things as objects of God. Abraham's nature could not accept that. It was irrational. It is insane to look at a stone or a river to see it as being God. So Allah tells us to follow the millah, the religion of the way of Abraham, who is the sane one, not the insane one. That says a rock is being God, that's insanity. The self idols is being God, is insanity. So that a local insanity, Abraham went out for search. He went to search with knowledge, with intellect, with rationale. Not just emotions, not sentiments, what make him feel good or what to sound good. But it had to make sense. So he saw the moon. And all the benefits and the glory that we receive from the moon, Abraham made the mistake and said, oh, this is my Lord, this is God. But the moon set. And rationally, his rationale told him that anything that's set, because my God don't have to sit. My God is always present. So this cannot be God. He came to a rational conclusion. Allah gave you a rationale to come to a logical conclusion that the moon cannot be God because it's set. And he came to the same conclusion when he saw the star. Oh, this must be God. But he came to the same logical conclusion that the star cannot be God because it too set. And the sun was so beautiful, so glorious, but he came to the same logical So Abraham is known for rational thinking. And he's also known for faith. The right faith. He was the upright one. So when we go on Hajj, we have to make 2 rak'ahs there at the station of Abraham. The first rak'ah is the rak'ah of faith. And the next rak'ah is rationale. And this religion is a religion of faith, but it's not a religion of emotionalism or a religion of sentiments. Or we are moved on what makes us feel good. Or we stay away from what makes us feel bad. No, we accept the word of Allah, whether it makes us feel good or feel bad, because it's rational and it comes to a logical conclusion. It brings us to a logical conclusion. This is a rational religion. This is an education religion. It's not built on spookism. And when we look at the picture, Hajj, we see that all the members, when they're on Hajj, they look alike. They are dressed just alike. So when I turn in that direction, Allah is showing me in that direction that in Hajj, or in the human family, we should see equality. We should see, we cannot identify the king from the sanitation worker. The sanitation worker have on the same clothing that the king have on. And they're all moving around the Kaaba in harmony. And this is our life, dear people. We're not to look at the human being and judge his work because of his employment, or judge his work because of his position in life. We're to look at a human being and accept him as being human, equal with every other human being. Just like the Constitution of the United States of America says, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all people are created equal. And they have rights, undeniable rights, rights that God has given them that no man can deny them. And among these rights, we find this in the Constitution of America. That we have to see every human being as being human, that we belong to one human family. So when we turn to the Hebrew, that's a reminder. God is educating us that, listen, you have to take a break from the world and come to select 5 times a day, so your mind will never get to the point where you're still a human being not being worthy of your respect. Like during the time when Jesus, when the poor man was laying in the mud or laying in the dirt, they just passed him by. So we don't ever want to get to the point where we see ourselves being bigger or better than a human being. Whether that human being is a Jew, whether that human being is a Christian, whether it's a Muslim, or whether it's an atheist, or whatever it is, we have to respect the good human nature that God created. That's the mitzvah of Ibrahim. The same in faith. No we got. No one is better than the next person. So our return in evil is to keep us focused. When I looked at the definition of this word, that word is there to mean to be focused in the proper direction. To be reminded of our responsibility and our duties. 5 times a day Allah stopped us and put us in the whole human family focused in one direction. A good, beautiful picture say, you're all the same human family. You're all one human being moving and humming around. That's our goal. That's our conclusion, dear people. That's what we're working toward. To try to bring the human family to being one human family. With respect for every human being, not looking down on any or not looking up to any. Having respect because we're talking about human nature. See, when we went on Hajj, the human being took off his natural attire. He took off his national clothes and put on his pilgrimage garb, with just 2 little pieces of garments, with no cultural stitch or no cultural identification whatsoever. So my nationalism do not sway me. My culture do not sway me. It is my human nature that's important and that I must build upon. And when I leave Hajj, I pick up my culture, I pick up my nationality, but I don't let it destroy my human nature. Nationalism is not big enough to carry the human being. It is the human nature. And that's what we were looking at when we turned to the direction in the Hebrew, at the Kaaba. We were looking at human nature. And human nature is the stone, is the block that the builders rejected. That's the block that the builders rejected because they thought that nature was too weak. Praise to Allah, the Lord of do not. Be conscious of your responsibility to Allah. The translators say, oh, you believe, fear Allah as you should be feared. Live your life the way you should live your life before your Lord. Be respectful. Be conscious of it. Be conscious of your duty. Be conscious of your responsibility. And fulfill your duties and your responsibility to your Lord. And die not except in Islam. You know, you do it as janazah. Janazah is when you bathe the deceased brother or sister. The body gets so stiff, you can't, when you're washing your arm, you can't really bend your arm up and wash it. You get it, the body's stiff. And that's how we get sometimes in our ideologies. We become rigid, like a dead person. Still, can't win. I'm right. And you're so rigid in your righteousness that you can't even hear common sense come from any place else. Die not, except in the state of Islam. We don't want to be, Islam will even make it rigid, but we want to be dead to the whole world and arrive at Islam and never bring life to the world. New life. Praise be to Allah. Well, let's not be rigid in our thinking. Let Islam come to free us. This is a relaxed life. Not relaxed to the point where you're so complacent and contented. It's a struggle. But we should be relaxed in our struggle. Why? Because we're struggling for our laws. Oh, you believe, have taqwa. The taqwa that you should have for your Lord. And thou not except in the state of Islam. Go Allah. Grant success to Muhammad and the followers of Muhammad. Just as I did grant success to Ibrahim and the followers of Ibrahim. For surely thou praise much and magnified in our midst. And Allah bless Muhammad and bless the followers of Muhammad. Just as I did bless Ibrahim and the followers of Ibrahim. For surely thou praise much and magnified in our midst. Alhamdulillah. Imam.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح أقامت الصلاة أقامت الصلاة